Okay, hello everyone. So we're gonna start the webinar. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. By the way, you're welcome to write in the chat where are you from. This is our first webinar for enterprise customers, and this session is all about helping enterprise organizations unlock the potentials with DAD agents and how this solution can help expand and grow. My name is Berger. I'm DAD's product marketing manager. And with me is a team of aces, as you can see on the screen, who will help me cover the different aspects of this topic. So without further ado, welcome to the DAD Academy. Just a quick reminder, this is the first webinar out of a 3-webinar series. You are more than welcome to register to part 2, which will talk about more of the technicalities and the how-tos of creating those DAD agents. And then in part 3, happening in July, we'll showcase some real customer examples. We'll do it also today, but we're gonna expand a bit more about customer examples and how they leverage DAD agents. So feel free to join in also to part 2 and part 3. And let's go over the agenda for today. So what we'll talk about today, I'll give a brief intro about DAD. We'll talk about some trends happening in the conversational AI space. We'll then discuss what DAD agents are all about. We'll talk about customer pains and needs and how do we help them solve those. We'll show some use cases, some examples, and if all goes well, we'll have time for some Q&As. And also that I encourage you during the session, feel free to write comments, questions, anything on your mind on the chat, and we'll try to address those. So let's start. So DAD core capabilities are in the world of AI video generation, and we were founded back in 2017. And back then, we focused more on human face from a different direction. It was more about protecting people's online identities from facial recognition software. And roughly 3.5 years ago, we shifted direction and we used the same technological fundamentals to enter the Gen AI or the generative AI space. It was actually right before this term was even coined. And we actually were doing it using AI to generate new video frames of people's faces based on photos. Since then, we have grown substantially, and we raised a decent funding from international VC firms, and we actually more than doubled in size, expanded geographically. You can see where our offices are based, and this is basically what we do at the AD. If I have to kind of give you an overview of what our solutions are all about, so we have two primary solutions. One solution is AI videos, which are avatar-based. Any user can select an avatar based on a single photo or a video and create his or her engaging content using it. On top of it, the other solution is what we call AI agent, which we will focus on today. And AI agents are real-time agents, which actually we'll discuss further in this webinar. In a nutshell, I can tell you that these are interactive digital humans who can engage in a conversation, and they can act as subject matter expert based on whatever customer definitions are, knowledge, prompt, etc., etc. And we also see examples where those two solutions coexist and are complementary in some cases. In some cases, a customer needs of a real-time AI agent, but on top of it, he needs to create content leveraging digital humans, and he's doing it by our AI video studio. Some numbers, so you can see and get the feel of it, just to give you some few highlights. Up until today, more than 180 million digital people were created using the DAD software. We have more than 250,000 developers who've generated API keys, meaning they've started working using our API. And by the way, we're an API first company, which is mostly relevant for the bigger organizations out there. And if you average the number of signups, so roughly around every 3 seconds, we have a new sign up in our studio. We were mentioned by NVIDIA CEO. We were highlighted by Sequoia VC, and also Anderson and Horowitz mentioned us as one of the top 50 Gen AI products. And I think without further ado, please welcome to the stage the AD VP Marketing. Take it away, Tomer.
Sure. Thanks, Ami. Yeah, this is me. And thanks, everybody, for joining our webinar, the first one in a series of webinars dedicated for big organizations like yours. So let's start and talk about the market. I took this slide, this graph from Bloomberg in June 2023, where you can see the estimation of the size of the Gen AI market as a subset of the total AI market. And you can see here that there is like enormous growth. The projection is to have $1.3 trillion by the year of 2032, and 12% out of the IT spend will be dedicated into Gen AI. Now, it's really crazy when you are thinking that this is quite young and fresh industry that was actually born like a year and a half ago with the explosion with ChatGPT and OpenAI on the entire market. So it's really, really crazy. And by the way, those numbers are updated for June 2023. Today, we're talking about much higher numbers. And to be honest, it's really hard to estimate what will be the growth and the size of the market. We are during this journey right now. So it's really exciting. And I think it's a privilege to be in this industry these days. If we can dive into some of the subcategories of the Gen AI, and surprisingly or not, we'll pick the digital avatar industry, which is our own domain. So in 2024, you can see here the size of the market. But if we are going to click down and take more, an outlook on the estimation of the size of the market, you can see here that those estimations bringing us to a total addressable market of $500 billion by the year of 2032. So we believe, and also thought leaders and analyst firms in the market, that digital avatars as a subdomain of the Gen AI market is going to be something huge. And I believe and assume that all of you that joining us today understand what is the potential of the avatars and the smart AI agents, and here to learn more. If we can talk about some of the interesting trends of the conversational AI market, and today we're, as Ami said, we're going to cover mainly the conversational AI market. We can go through some of the main trends around this space. I would start with the retrieval augmented generation, or RAG. This is a very unique technique that has been developed in order to enhance the accuracy and the relevance of AI generated content. If you had the chance, I assume you had to work with the tools like ChatGPT and other tools, you probably faced a phenomenon named hallucination of AI, which enable LLMs, large learning model, to access external information and can, impact the accuracy of these the output of the AI tools. And by using RAG, you can narrow down or put some boundaries or constraints to the output and increase the accuracy of the data, which is super, super important when we are talking about, I would say, like enterprise use cases with Gen AI. The next trend that we are seeing is the shift from conversation to action. If we are thinking back in late 2022 and 2023, we see enormous growth in the personal productivity using Gen AI tools, which is fantastic. But if we're going to scale up and adopt or deploy AI in enterprises and organization, conversation is not enough. We are looking for tools that will be able actually to deliver some actions and help us to ignite some real life workflows. And this is exactly the direction that we are going to see in 2024. And if you are going to stay with us during this session and the other session, you'll find new and exciting things that we are going to launch later this year. The next trend and this is one of the specific use cases that we are seeing a lot of interest and traction, is customer support. The role of conversational AI in customer support is highlighted by its ability to handle a majority of routine customer interaction, significantly reducing human intervention or even human error, but by using or leveraging AI tools and increase the efficiency of the organizations. And all of us, I assume, experience some this kind of error or inefficiencies working with human-based contact center or customer support. Personalization and voice assistant is another trend that we are seeing. So hyper personalization, what was like a dream for many, many years, now it's possible using AI tools and the rise of voice-enabled technologies. And businesses now are focusing more on customizing user interaction based on user preferences and behavior. And currently, it's possible. This will be one of the trends that we're going to see and have started to see in 2024. Multimodal, if you are in Gen AI market, you probably heard this term. So most of the tools today can do one task, to generate text or to generate video or to generate images. Now, using multimodal capabilities, you can do more than one type of task within the same platform. And we'll see more versatile platform that can do more than one trick. So it's not only text and verbal communication, but also visual ways to communicate. So it's going to be very fantastic, which leads me to the next megatrend, which is like the dawn of the new type of interface. We call that DID, Natural User Interface, or NUI. In short, this is like the evolution of graphical user interface. And the question is why you should use your mouse and keyboard in 2024 while you can just speak and talk in the most natural way with the app or with the software. And this megatrend leads us to what we have seen now, which is DID agent. Ami, if you can just move to the next slide. And DID agent is an example by DID of the fulfillment of this trend. DID agent, as Ami mentioned in the beginning of the call, are a new and very exciting type of avatar, AI avatar, that combines face-to-face conversation with customized AI avatars using LLMs and also NLP, natural language processing. And with agent, you can build engaging interaction with high-quality avatar, providing a truly unique conversational experience. Okay, so the possibilities are endless, and we are going to talk about few use cases very shortly. So how agents work? So in the first action, and we're going to show you a demo around that, you start by defining the personality of the agent. Pick the image. You can define its voice. You can do also voice cloning and other capabilities. And then you have to train the agent on a specific data set or knowledge base. The agent receives the questions from the users, looks for the best answer in its own database, which is what's uploaded in the creation phase, as I mentioned. And the answer is then being finalized with the help of the LLM. We are agnostic to the LLM. You can pick GPT or Llama or whatever you want. and then the answer being generated, video and audio, and shared with the user. So the final step is a complete video which being streamed to the user. It's in real time, so you have an experience of a real-time conversation with an AI avatar, with an agent, using your own voice, and the agent talk to you back with the voice you define. So it's really an amazing experience. And let's see a demo, Ami.
Right, so seeing is believing, right?
Definitely.
All right, so I don't know if you're familiar with this face. Let me click on it. Just making sure that you're seeing.
Why did you pick Harry Potter?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
So this is Harry Potter. For those of you who don't recognize the face, we created this agent, and I'll explain you shortly why. Let me just be very polite. Hi, Harry. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. How can I assist you today?
All right, so let's get to it. Just verifying that you could hear the answer. Yeah? Okay. Harry, could you tell us why May 2nd is International Harry Potter Day?
The 2nd of May is an important date in the Harry Potter world because it marks the anniversary of the Battle of Hogwarts, a significant event, the final book of the... It's a day for fans to honor the series and remember the characters who fought the battle.
So just to give you a glimpse of behind the scene, this agent was created by us. It took us how long? 5 minutes, roughly 5 minutes. We'll explain how it's being done in the next webinar. You can see that the answers, it's not that I've trained him on those specific questions. By the way, you can do that as well, but it's just a fluent discussion with this Harry expert over here. I'm just going to ask him another question about Hogwarts. Harry, can you share a mind-blowing experience from Hogwarts?
One of the most mind-blowing experiences at Hogwarts was participating in the Tri-Wizard tournament. The tasks were extremely challenging and dangerous, and the whole school was buzzing with excitement and tension. It was a truly unforgettable experience.
All right, so I think you get the idea. Let's get back to the presentation. So as I mentioned, you wanna learn more. That's happening May 23rd. Make sure you book your seats on the next webinar. Tomer, stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Ami, and thanks to Harry as well. Exciting day. We're going to celebrate also. Okay, let's dive into the industry challenges. So we pick 5 industry today, but you can imagine that almost each of the industries now in the market have very similar challenges. And we pick these specific industries because we have seen and getting a lot of questions and needs coming from these specific industries, but we are working across the board with many verticals and industries. But there are some specific demands or specific needs coming from these industries. For instance, in financial services, like banking, for instance, one of the most, I would say, common challenges in this industry is a matter of trust. Most of the cases, these are very complex products offered to the mass market, and transparency is one of the most important angles when working with the consumers in the financial services industry, because customers usually even feel like lost in the space, and having this kind of very engaging and trustworthy agent that was trained on the financial services or financial products of the vendor, of the supplier, can create a certain amount of trust, and trust can lead to better engagement and conversion, which means you can make the most out of any kind of interaction between you and your customers or prospects. So it's very important. On top of that, obviously you can reduce labor costs and increase your revenue. So for me, at least, financial services it equal to transparency and trust. And agents or human-like avatars that can converse in real time can help with that. E-commerce space is also very interesting vertical for us, where we see a lot of traction. Think about like mega platform like Amazon or Shopify, but even like smaller platform. Having this kind of smart agent that can escort in real time the journey of the buyer can help you to convert more. Think about all these use cases where you can recommend in real time a specific item for a specific shopper, maybe to run some upsell or cross-sell activity and create more engaging and end-to-end experience using your own brand and your own voice, which bring us a new type of experience. And think about those e-commerce platforms, brand ambassadors or presenters, where you can have a real-time dialogue with the shopper. So it's a new form of engagement with the users. In terms of insurance, it's very similar to the financial services domain. These are heavy lifting in terms of interaction and transaction. A lot of hassles and burdens around these specific domains. And there is also a bandwidth issues with the insurance agents. So in that sense, AI agents can help agencies, insurance agencies, and insurance providers to support in a more scalable way to their clients, to their prospects and customers. And we also know that there is a high turnover of staff. So backing their human staff with the AI avatars can help them to address the needs of their markets. Telecom, for me, telecom, it's mainly customer service challenges. We know that long wait times, ineffective problem resolutions, and even lack of personalized services are very common complaints coming from user in the telco space. Once you have an agent, for instance, you can have a clear communication, keeping the customers informed about new services, new plans, or any kind of potential service disruption. It will help you to mitigate churn, which is a big problem for all of us. In addition to that, you can use agents and avatars in order to increase the level of training and empowerment of your staff. Also, in this space, there is a high turnover of staff, and having this kind of simulators for the employees of the telco provider can help to improve the level of professional answers to the customers. Healthcare is a very unique domain. It's hyper-regulated, so it's more complex, but we see a growing demand coming from a healthcare organization. If in 2023, we saw around adoption rate of AI around 70%, 80%, today we're talking about much higher numbers. When we are talking about healthcare, we are talking about new capability of AI, for instance, empathic ways to help and support the patient, which is very, very important. The complexity here is mainly around the regulation, like HIPAA and other regulation that we have, and the products and solutions like ours and others can help the providers to mitigate this kind of privacy and security issues. So we believe, and we also have some interesting progress with some big healthcare organization, that within 2024 we'll see more healthcare organization and service providers using or leveraging AI power in order to support more and more patients in various of use cases. In terms of the pain points that DID solves in most of the cases using our agents, and part of the time also with our AI avatars, is first of all to create a new form or a better or improved engagement. Engagement, we know it's something that is really, really important by the way, for us as a company, but also to our customers, our B2B customers. With DID agents, you can create new form of engagement. You can have ongoing dialogue with them. Obviously, you can reduce your costs. It can be labor costs. It can be production costs. Scalability is an issue. You can serve many more customers at the same time in multiple languages, so you can scale up. It's almost like you can lowering the bar for you as a businesses to have more empowerment and act like an enterprise, big enterprise organization. So in that sense, we can help also not only enterprises, but also mid-sized businesses. Real-time response, we know that everybody wants answers now. This is the reality for us in 2024, the world of shorts and TikTok. So we want answers now, and with the professionally pre-trained avatars and agents, you can bring information, useful information to your prospects, which leads us to lowering or shortening the time to market. You can address in a shorter time the problem or the challenges of your customers or followers or users, and time equal revenue and satisfaction rate. And I think, and this is something we are also experiencing at DID, maybe we'll share that on the next webinars, that we are able to create more personalized experience and engagement with our users, and this leads us to much higher conversion rate and satisfaction rate, which is always something good to have. So this is about the market, and I think we can dive into that.
All right, so thank you, Tomer. I think by now we explained what our agent's all about, but we want to talk about maybe a deeper question, which is why. And we have Josh here, our US regional sales manager. Josh, can you please introduce yourself and share with the viewers some insights and where we see agent being used? Why should people create and deploy those kind of solutions? Take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ami and Tomer. I think a ton of useful information shared so far. And really, in speaking with customers and potential customers every day, I really feel like I'm in a unique position to share real world examples of what I'm hearing and seeing. Again, it's just incredibly exciting. And for the sake of our customers' privacy, I won't share many names today, but I will speak to the incredible work that our customers and partners are doing to really bring AI agents to life through the lens of some of these use cases. And if you'll click to the next slide, please. And really doubling down on what Tomer shared earlier, many of these use cases that I'll dive into are actively making that shift from pure conversations into really driving meaningful actions, which in turn leads to business results. So let's talk about some of these. First, from a sales lens, and perhaps one of the strongest use cases for agents, we see sales departments across various industries leveraging agents to drive that top of funnel sale activity and assist consumers to move through that entire sales cycle. Leveraging digital twins, this one is extremely popular, where you're leveraging different personas, whether they're athletes, influencers, or celebrities, and they can offer their services, but detach their physical presence while still leveraging their name, image, and likeness to drive engagement. And notably, they're driving this engagement at scale well beyond their physical time-bound limitations. And so you can think about the business implication that could have. From an e-commerce perspective, we're seeing more and more conversational focused buying experiences. So akin to what you can achieve in the store, but at the comfort of your own home with the knowledge of a best-in-class salesperson that's available 24/7. And they're driving that top line revenue for you. And these agents, they walk you through the buying process, make sure you get relevant recommendations, and really get the buyer to the finish line. Most recently, our team was fortunate to work with a top cosmetics and CPG brand in order to drive towards this experience. From a marketing perspective, again, perhaps our second most leveraged use case is really the importance of taking information that is otherwise only found in a text format or isn't in a consumable format, and making it more engaging and useful, and really driving differentiated experiences across a wide array of marketing use cases. We also see entirely new experiences created that are the focal points for brand activations and promotions. As I know Tomer recently hit on, from a customer service perspective, we're really seeing unique customer service approaches here. One that has come up regularly with our customers is providing tier 1 support through an agent who really looks and feels like the person that they would typically engage with for an issue that has already been escalated. And this type of continuity in the personal connection that businesses can establish is really unparalleled, and ultimately ends up driving key indicators like NPS and CSAT scores. And finally, from a hospitality perspective, we see use cases across highly trafficked public areas like shopping malls and theme parks and other tourist attractions, really as a way to provide a unique experience that's custom built for that area. And this is going to give the consumers that are in that area an elevated or premium level of engagement that they otherwise wouldn't receive. These are really just some of these use cases that we're seeing that are really driving tremendous results for our customers. On the next slide, really just across all of these use cases, we're really seeing some early successes, and diving in perhaps specifically from a marketing perspective, over 94% of marketers have adopted AI in the last 3 years. And on the next, if you click through, it is obviously a tremendous stat. And admittedly, these stats aren't 100% representative of agents, but we are benchmarking and tracking towards very similar results with increases in improved sales productivity, increased customer satisfaction, and lower overhead costs. Now, marketers are one of the early excuse me, if you go to the next slide. Similarly, across sales, we're seeing tremendous adoption, whether it's leveraging agents or AI avatars for creating outreach and personalized messages, or automating manual tasks, or getting data insights with the help of AI. It's all of these areas where agents and our suite of solutions are truly helping customers drive business results. Now, one of the most frequent questions I hear is really, why is there a need for a video component when text will do just fine? Well, the best part about having our roots in facial detection technology over the past 7 years, as Amit shared with everyone at the top of the webinar, especially when you have a face, you are simply creating more meaningful engagements. And what does that mean? Well, video is 75% more likely to be consumed over text and images. And having a face drives 92% more attention than non-facial interactions. And having the right presenter by leveraging a diverse set of studio-based or custom avatars is key so that users retain more information. Now that I've talked about the various customer use cases and their supporting metrics, I'm excited to share a very exciting sample that demonstrates just how powerful leveraging an agent can be. So let's go ahead, click on the next slide, and we'll see a customer service example for a telco company.
Hey man, you have to check out my new TikTok video.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but my phone is giving me issues. I've got to get hold of their support.
Hey Mark, I'm Danielle. How can I help you today?
I have a connection issue when watching TikTok on my phone.
I'm really sorry you're experiencing issues with your connection. Currently, I see you're using an iPhone 12 that you purchased 22 months ago. In order to help you, I need to run a connection test on your phone. Please turn off Wi-Fi on your iPhone and let me know when it's done.
Thank you, it's off.
The poor connection is due to your limited data plan, which ran out 2 days ago. I can renew your plan now, and as you can see, we have several packages. But another option is for you to upgrade to an iPhone 14, with unlimited data for just $10 extra a month. This is a limited time offer, available until Friday.
Oh, that's interesting. So what is the difference between my phone and this new one?
The iPhone 14 offers significant upgrades, including better camera, faster processor, and longer battery life. It also has more storage options and color choices. Click this link for a detailed comparison.
I'm not sure.
I understand. Just letting you know, the offer expires in 3 days. If you purchase by Friday, you have a 2-week window to cancel under our terms and conditions.
Ah, that's right. Well, in that case, let's do it.
Excellent. Let me help you complete this purchase. Congratulations, Mark. Your new iPhone 14 will arrive in 2 days.
Amazing. Just so powerful in terms of the capabilities that we're seeing our customers and prospects drive. Now, while we won't go into specific additional details, just 2 further customer use cases that really demonstrate the power of agents from a customer service and marketing segments. And our team is excited to go into more detail in many other use cases during part 3 of our webinar series over the coming months. Ami, back to you.
Thank you very much, Josh. All right, so trivia time. So what I'd like you to do is fill out in the chat your answers for this question. So we launched DAD Agent about 2 months ago, and I'd like you to guess how many agents have been created so far. Throw in a number just before I disclose it. Don't be shy. Write it in the chat. 10, 9. No.
10,000, 2,500%.
All right.
8 million.
8 million. All right, let's be realistic here. So I think the number is pretty staggering. It's actually more than 20,000. Think about it. More than 20,000 agents were created in the past 60 days. It's pretty remarkable, at least we think. Okay, so I think very close to the buzzer. We have some time for Q&As. One question that we have, and I like the team of aces here to support on this. We got question in different type of ways or paragraphing it differently, but the idea is that people would like to know a little bit about the architecture behind this technology. Tomer, do you have anything to say about that? I think you touched it a bit.
Yeah, we talked about the use of LLM and NLP and the RAG technology to narrow down the answers. I think on the next webinar we will have more time to dive into the technical stuff or the technical perspective of the architecture. But if there are specific questions about the services that we are using, I think we can share that after the webinar with the team. I also invite people to visit our website. We have a dedicated section for the agents as a product, and also a dedicated section for developer, the developer hub. So you will find more information about the architecture and the services that we are using and developing in order to support this technology.
All right, thank you. Josh, here's one for you. People are kind of wondering about where do those agents live? All right, I created an agent. What happens next? How do customers actually use them?
Yeah, the best part is our teams made it so incredibly easy, even for non-developers, to actually go ahead and either share or use our simple embed code, where they can embed the agent directly onto their website. Being an API-first platform, we're also giving customers the unique ability to add even more further customization should they desire, if they have the technical and developer resources. And of course, our fantastic support team is here to assist where customers or prospects might have challenges in doing so.
By the way, API and SDK. So even take it a notch further in terms of making customers' developer life easier in terms of the integration process.
Absolutely.
And of course, we cannot have a webinar without a question about costs. Anything you can share generically regarding costs, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. Check out our website. There's a full pricing page that gives really a ton of transparency around our pricing. We encourage all of our customers leverage our self-service offering. You can pay as little as, I think the lowest is $7 a month and as high as a few $100s a month USD to get a full robust experience. And as customers are looking to scale and take advantage of even more functionality and capabilities, you can contact a member of our enterprise sales team who's happy to support you and create a bespoke enterprise package for your needs.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And I think just to add to Josh's answer, that you can choose between creating avatars or creating agents or both. So it's super flexible, and you have most of the information on the pricing page, and you can reach out to us and our support to get more specific information.
Great. And Tomer, one for you regarding languages from your experience. How does that work in terms of multilingual and all of that?
So obviously we have a start agent or launch agent with full support in English, and now we are expanding our support to additional key languages. And I believe that in the upcoming weeks and months, it will be widely available for most of the common languages across the globe. And it will help you and us to more personalize our communications and engagement with the prospect. So it's a good question, and just stay tuned.
We got a new question regarding RAG and the 5 documents that they upload. Okay, seems like a guy that knows what he's doing. So yeah, basically agents are capable of getting, or customer can upload up to 5 documents. I see this customer has some issues, so it's very hard to answer like a generic answer for that. There are different settings that you can have in the agent database, from totally RAG oriented, which is totally grounded, all the way up to open to the internet, and you can look for the answer in the internet. I strongly advise this customer to contact our support line, support team, and hopefully get a resolution on that. And
Definitely.
I think,
and if we have the details, we'll be happy to reach out and help you as soon as possible.
Yeah, okay. So we'll reach out to you and try to resolve that immediately. I think that we are done for now. Let me just check. Okay. So congratulations. We have a big green V mark on the first webinar in this series. Again, oh, there's a mix-up here. All right. So next one is 23rd. We're
You're
done
living
with,
in the future.
you gotta have one thing to make. So yeah, we've just finished our May 2nd webinar. Next one is May 23rd, and we have another one in July. And we're in all the social media channels. Do log in, subscribe, like, comment. We're very active over there, and Discord as well, which is relatively new. Yeah, so you have.
And may I just add that we have started a parallel series specifically for marketing manager. We had the first webinar a week and a half ago, and the next webinar for marketing manager is going to be on May 15. You will find the webinars on DID website. You are most welcome to register yourself, your friends, your colleagues. So if you are in the marketing industry, content creators, producer, whatever, you will find there specific information and use cases for marketing managers. So you're most invited.
Yes, so I'd like to thank Tomer, and I'd like to thank Josh, and of course, everybody who attended this webinar. Hoping to see all of you on the next one. And thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.